You want to motivate your homeowner to do something. You want to educate him, and we motivate through education.
Hi, Mr. Jewell. My name is Paul. I work for a green energy company. My fellow peers here and I did an audit on your house, and we each investigated an area which we'll discuss with you. I went through the attic, found out that you have only 3.5 inches of insulation, which isn't adequate enough for efficient insulation properties. We came up with the idea of insulating it with R40, which would increase your energy savings tremendously. But before we do that, we would go in and seal any air leaks that we may see with caulking or spray foam. Your total investment would be approximately $1,250, $1,250. And over a period of 2 to 3 years, you would recoup that money. The energy savings per year is anywhere between $400 and $450 a year. But even after that 2 to 3 span, you would still be saving that money over time.
Oh, yes. Hi, I'm going to.
Hi, Cal.
And how you doing? We also found you got the doors, some leaks, and we were trying to put some water strip and also a door sweep that will stop leaking. And I know that the cost will be from $30 to $100, but the savings is you will get $40 to $80. The savings will be in about 1 to 2 years. But not only in 2 years, you'll be a saving over the years. So it'll be a great thing to do if you decide to do it.
Okay.
And Angela will be.
I'm Angela, and I looked at your furnace heating system, that kind of thing. And based on the payoff and the amount of time that it would take, I would definitely recommend a programmable thermostat.
Okay.
I would do this. There's quite a range. I mean, you could spend anywhere from $40 to $70, and you might get a $10 to a $30 savings over the year. But it's going to be paid off very quickly depending on what models you choose. It could be paid off in a year, maybe 2 years. And the great thing about programmable thermostats are they can control the heating and the coolness in your home while you're not there. So you can program them when you're cooler at night and warmer during the day, and so it can control whatever comfort you want without having to go and, okay, it's too hot in here now, I gotta turn it down. They're very, very useful and really very economical.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, I'm John from Green Energy Company.
Hi, John.
And in addition to the door weather stripping seals and programmable thermostat, I wanted to recommend that you get some compact fluorescent light bulbs. And I noticed some of your electronics do not have a smart strip attached to them. So you could start I noticed that you didn't have that. I noticed your house had incandescent light bulbs instead of compact fluorescent. You could benefit greatly with compact fluorescent light bulbs. The cost of CFLs for your house is about $75, and the energy savings is anywhere from $100 to $150 a year, and the payback is anywhere from 9 months to a year.
And how much is that going to cost?
You could actually save more a year than you spend. I believe that's right.
Okay.
Spend more a year than you spend, depending on how much you turn them on, of course.
Right.
And then, of course, your smart strip, depending on how many electronics you have attached to the smart strip, you could save money on your energy, because a lot of electronics stay on even though they're turned off. So if they were attached to a smart strip that's turned off, you'd save that energy.
Okay.
So you have that savings. And all these CFLs and smart strips are very economical things you can do that are low cost and have good payback, and you can notice it right away. And it's good economical move for you.
Okay. All right, great. So if I could only do 3 things, what 3 things should I do?
The attic insulation,
Absolutely.
And the doors?
the
strip.
weather stripping around your doors,
And I
Okay.
think a programmable thermostat.
and a programmable
Yeah.
thermostat, yeah.
Mo-
Those
no.
are the weather stripping and the doors and the programmable thermostat is actually something you can do yourself if you're comfortable with it. If not, then you can hire us to come in and we can do that.
Okay, fantastic. Paul?
Thank you.
Connie? Angela? John? It was great to meet you.
James, we've done your home energy audit, and we think we've come up with some interesting findings. We did an air pressure test on your home, and it shows that 80% of the air in your home is exchanged with the outside every hour. It means a lot of air is moving through, and you probably have some pretty serious leaks. The good news is that the fixes may be relatively simple and not that expensive. We could anticipate that there would be some medium range real potential savings, and we would anticipate that you would have a much more comfortable, probably, you tell me, is your home a little drafty at times?
It can be, yeah.
We would anticipate it would be a much more comfortable environment, and that you would have a much more energy efficient home in the process. And James is going to give you some of the particulars on what we came up with.
Okay.
Yeah. What we decided is there's some air leaks in the attic, and we're gonna go in there and replace a lot of the insulation. And then to block it off in a barrier way on the perimeters of the attic, we're gonna spray in some spray foam to seal it up and keep the air from coming from the outside in and the inside out. We found we needed to patch some of the walls around where the windows are because there's a hole, so we're gonna try to seal that up and caulk it the best we can. And this way it'll keep the rooms sealed up so there won't be any airflow from inside to outside or outside to inside. And we're gonna put weather stripping on the doors to avoid any drafts when the door's opened and closed, so it makes for more wind coming in and out as you open the door. It'll be sealed off a lot tighter. And we're gonna put in a programmable thermostat, hook that into your furnace down below so you can program that ahead of time. And then we're gonna go down to the basement to where the foundation is, and we're gonna spray around the perimeter on the rim joists. We're gonna check and the insulation and replace that, and put some spray foam in around the perimeters of the basement where the joists come together with the boards, and seal that up.
Okay.
And for, I think what I consider a modest investment, my main areas would be the air sealing and insulation, in addition to some other, like we talked about. But for the air sealing would be about $1,000, and insulation factors would be about $1,500, which is what I would recommend for you to do as far as sealing off and the drafts, the issues that you're having in there. Programmable thermostat would help, as opposed to replacing your whole furnace. And for an investment of about $2,700, we potentially could save you about $955, about almost $1,000 a year.
I'm sorry, say that one more time?
Just for like a $2,700 is what the total cost of what we have put together for you. And as far as your energy savings over the year, it could be up to $1,000 in a payback period that's staying within 5 years for all of the things that we're recommending doing.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
So in conclusion, Mr. Jewell, these energy audit investments are generally simple home improvements, and they typically are modest investments, and they have a short payback period. So within that next year, you'll be able to basically cut your costs in half.
Okay, so you've given me all these recommendations. Tell me, what are the 3 things that you think I should do? I mean, what are the priorities?
The top 3 things I'd recommend doing, the top one would be air sealing to prevent these drafts that you're having. And that would be in, caulking and sealing the upper spaces and around your rooms. In addition to insulation, the degraded insulation that you currently have in your attic, adding this insulation will keep the warmth in and add greatly to your comfort.
That would be an R factor of what, let's say, 40?
Yes, an R factor of 40. And then the rim insulation would help in keeping air penetration coming in at your foundation, and also to keep away from dry rot on your rim joists from the temperature extremes that we have here in Colorado.
Okay, so the top 3 things you would recommend would be air sealing and insulation, CFLs, and a programmable thermostat. Okay, fantastic. Gentlemen, I need to go, but thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.